floor is ours to battle on. The sweat is ours to shed. The pride is ours to carry. All heart, all grit. This is NEC Hoops. Built to battle.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The madness has finally arrived. Welcome inside our home office studios. I'm Craig D'Amico, and this is NEC Hoops Full Court Press. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and on Instagram Live. Tonight, the road to the 2026 NEC Men's Basketball Championship has hit the high gear as the quarterfinal round of the 2026 NEC Men's Basketball Tournament is set to commence. 4 quarterfinal matchups, all set to tip off momentarily, coming up at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. And we are going to take you through all 4 quarterfinals right here, NFL RedZone-style. We did this back on opening night, and we're back for whip-around coverage here in the postseason. We will take you to wherever the action is tonight, all the way up until the final buzzer of the final game. It'll be nonstop. 2 hours of relatively commercial-free NEC playoff hoops happens right here. Now, remember, you could watch any game individually, or you could watch all of them using the control room feature on NECfrontrow.com. Right now, let's take a look at the bracket. Tonight, you will see the top-seeded LIU Sharks taking on the 8th-seeded Chicago State Cougars. LIU swept both meetings this year, including a win just less than a week ago. Jamal Fuller was the leading scorer for the Sharks in both of those games with a pair of 20-plus point performances. The 4th seed is Moyne. They will be in action hosting the number 5 seed Stonehill. You got the number 3 scoring offensive Moyne, a team picked 9th in the preseason poll, taking on the number 3 scoring defensive Stonehill. The Skyhawks have that veteran core, and they swept Moyne back in the regular season. The number 3 seed will be the Mercyhurst Lakers taking on the 6th-seeded FDU Knights. Mercyhurst in their very first NEC tournament. FDU, they are a team that got all the way to the semifinals a year ago. And rounding out our slate tonight, we have the number 2 Central Connecticut State Blue Devils taking on the number 7 Wagner Seahawks. Central lost in the championship game last year at home. They have NEC Player of the Year, Darren Smith Jr., on their side. But Wagner is a team that's not your regular 7 seed. They come in red hot, having won 5 of their last 6, and they're a perfect 5-0 against the Blue Devils in the NEC tournament. Remember, winners advance and are reseeded in the semifinals. Losers have their seasons come to an end very abruptly right here tonight. So without any further ado, let's get you to the action. Our first stop of live playoff action here on NEC Hoops Full Court Press. We start in the Shark Tank in Brooklyn. It's the regular season champion LIU set to get underway against Chicago State. All right, we already have our first abrupt left turn here on the Full Court Press here, because you never know what's going to happen with NEC playoff action, and LIU working on getting their stream ready to go. So while we wait for LIU, we're going to start you at Central Connecticut. It's the 2-7 matchup, Central Connecticut versus Wagner. By the way, in that LIU game, a little interesting development as Malachi Davis not in the starting lineup for the Sharks. So we'll get you out to Brooklyn as soon as they get their feed situation squared away. But meanwhile, we will take a look to start here tonight at the team that was in the championship game just 1 year ago, and that was the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils, coming in at 18-11, 12-6 in conference play, and they're taking on a Wagner team 13-16, 8-10 in conference play. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Very intriguing matchup here, because Wagner, not your usual 7 seed. They're coming in playing their best basketball of the season after a little early to mid-season dip. We know Central Connecticut has the Player of the Year under their helm. They also have a couple of all-conference performers, Jay Rogers, Darren Smith, of course, the Player of the Year. Max Frazier, third-team performer, most improved player on the defensive team. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Wagner, not that, you know, history is going to help them here, but they're 5-0 in the NEC tournament against Central Connecticut, including a win 2 years ago in the semifinal round. got Wagner to a championship game that they would eventually win against Merrimack.
This is the pace we expect.
Fast pace up and down the floor, both sides. Smith trying to get his way to the basket. It is just rejected. Again, this is live, a watch-along, whip-around coverage. We're going to start you here, and then every single whistle, every single media timeout will get you around to the other 3 quarterfinal games as well. Full action, 2 hours of relatively commercial-free NEC playoff hoops right here on Instagram Live, YouTube, Twitch. Glad you could be along with us tonight on this NEC quarterfinal Wednesday. I don't know, they must have like a glass seal on top of those rims. Nothing's going for either side here in the opening few moments here, scoreless. Out in New Britain, Connecticut. Central Connecticut, the 3-time champions, but they haven't cut down the nets since 2007. Wagner, 2-time champs, just cut down the nets 2 years ago. Sanchez got a nice block. Missing the 3. 2 minutes in, still looking for our first points.
Maybe a little tight, although, Jay Rogers had to go halfway down, and Smitty as well. See if they can get a look down low for Max Frazier.
Central Connecticut, the #1 scoring offense in the NEC, 74 points per game. Wagner, 4th in the NEC in scoring at 72 points per game. And there we go. We got our first bucket. James Jones, one of the best rebounders in the league from New Britain, Connecticut, cracks the scoreless seal. 2-zip Central Connecticut.
Shoots it at just under 40%. Here's Basil on the elbow. Good defense by the Blue Devils. Again, man-to-man. This is Jones. Jones dribbles into traffic. Almost travels.
Nice behind the back feed.
Puts it up against Smitty. It's blocked. Basil gets the loose
double
ball.
team. The shot clock
did reset. Good by Awoke. And here comes Sanchez in the corner. Double teamed. Pulls it back out. Rogers looking for Frazier pick. 3 minutes gone by.
Jay Rogers, #1 in the league, one of the tops in all of NCAA. 7 assists per game, having an incredible season, especially for a guy who missed 52 games over the last 2 years. ACL injuries, hip injuries, working his way back and having himself an incredible season as part of this Blue Devil team that lost a lot of firepower for the team that was the #1 seed each of the last 2 years, and they ended up as the #2 here this year, as that was tapped in by the Wagner Seahawks for their first bucket.
But I believe they gave it to Fitch. Ties to score.
We haven't had a dead ball yet.
Not yet. 16:20 left. Sanchez doesn't look at the basket.
David Fitch missed some time for Wagner towards the tail end of the season. Just got back right before the end of the regular season. And we'll get some free throws here. So slow start out in New Britain. We're going to continue our whip around coverage. Let's get our first look at what's going on in Mercyhurst as the Lakers are hosting their first NEC playoff game tonight against the FDU Knights.
Won by 7. 10 ties.
About 2.5 minutes in, Mercyhurst leads FDU 7-6. It's the 3 seed versus the 6 seed matchup. Mercyhurst again hosting their first ever game in the NEC tournament. They were not eligible last year, but they're eligible this year. And there's Bernie Buckets right as we come on in. Bernie Blunt the third, hitting that beautiful jumper in the lane, putting the Lakers up 3. They're a team that's 10-3 at home this year, and you can see the whiteout. What a great crowd they got on hand for their first ever NEC tournament home game.
Inside the arc, Carol Martinoff got it slotted away by Bernie Blunt.
Ooh, nearly stolen away. Mercyhurst in transition.
Takes the 3.
And that rattles in.
Tayshawn Jackson.
So we pop in, and just like that, 5 points on the board for Mercyhurst. They take a 1-point game, and they open it up to a 6-point game, 12-6 in just a blink of an eye. Mercyhurst turning some defense into offense and getting on a little bit of a run here.
Playoff game here in Division 1.
Blunt has 5 of the 12 Mercyhurst points. Oh, nice rejection.
By Martin. He read it like a Harry Potter book.
That's a good one. Read it like a Harry Potter book. I got to write that one down for myself. That was pretty good.
And he's tripped up, and that's a blocking foul on Niesman. He had to take that one. Levelman.
FDU, a team that has lost 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5 entering this quarterfinal matchup. They're certainly a veteran team in the NEC tournament as a program. 37-30 all time. 6-time champions, tied for second most in the NEC. Last won it back in 2019. They last went to the NCAA tournament in 2023. And they're a team that's advanced to the semifinals 22 times, including just last year. But as we know, they've completely retooled. Their roster got an overhaul. They got size. They got a global recruiting in their approach. Coach Castleberry bringing in size, bringing in a little global flair.
No good this time. Ivanauskas taps it over for Blunt. He can't hit the 3 either.
Mercyhurst comes up empty on that possession. FDU tries to slow things down.
And the Knights trying to slow
FDU, by the way, there are 37 tournament appearances, passes Robert Morris for most all time.
And they call a foul on Ivanauskas, and already
4th time FDU as the number 6 seed.
There you get to see the handiwork there by Tayshaw Jackson off the cut. Oh, I don't know about that one. It looks like Jackson.
All right, so we're going to get a break. We're going to continue our whip-around coverage with our first stop in Syracuse. We'll get a look at the 4-5 matchup coming up next.
Place everyone can agree
So Stonehill, what a start.
Or substitutions.
Up 12-4 on Lemoyne. They are shooting 50%, 4 for 8. And by the way, all 4 of those buckets are 3-point field goals. They're 4 for 7 from behind the arc. Stonehill, a team that's 11-20, 8-10 in conference play, but has had Lemoyne's number. As we said in our intro, they've won 3 in a row, including both meetings this year. Rainwater couldn't make that one rain for Lemoyne.
Now moving forward,
and now Stonehill looks to continue their tear. They're on a 6-0 run.
Another 3. This one's off. Rebound.
Couldn't make that 3.
Rainwater.
And now here's Rainwater bringing it up the floor. The Davenport, Washington native turned over. Stonehill trying to create some offense from their defense.
Hackett with a 3.
Oh, a transition 3. Devontae Hackett, averaging 13 points per game on the season, drills another triple. The run continues for Stonehill. They're now 5 for 10 behind the arc to start things off. And Ja'Kai Sanders finally able to smother the fire just a little bit by knocking down a 3 of his own. He's a 36% three-point shooter.
Confident with that shot now.
The first Lemoyne three-pointer of the half, sponsored by Holiday Inn Express.
One was 0 for their first 3, I should say, from behind the arc to start this game. Second chance opportunity. Hackett! Oh, that rattled in and out.
Sanders.
Devontae Hackett, the junior from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Coming into this veteran
Sanders,
group.
Top of the key. Up top
Stinson, User, Tutich, Sunderland.
Now to Shiloh Jackson. Handoff to Rainwater. Tries
Stonehill making their second NEC tournament appearance, and this year they are eligible for the NEC's automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. Remember, first year in the NEC in 2023. They finished in second place, but they weren't eligible for the NEC tournament that year. They've been eligible the last couple seasons, but haven't gotten
as many as 11. They have not had the lead
that
yet.
far, and now
dribbles, bounces out to Mosquera.
Here they are, their second ever tournament game.
Now it's Garang, top of the key.
Trying to advance to the semifinal round.
Shiloh screen. His shot is
trying to create.
I think by Hackett. Leads to a fast break
the
other way.
Fast break opportunity underneath. What a pretty move.
For the reverse layup.
That's the way to prevent
Stinson, the driving layup.
Shot. Make sure he doesn't know what direction it's coming from.
19-7, largest lead for Stonehill. Not even
Coach
7
Kraus, I don't know that he could have
drop step by
drawn this up any
Jackson,
better
foul call
on the road
defense
in a playoff
with 13 minutes
situation,
even on the clock.
coming out shooting 54% from the field and 5 for 10 from behind the arc in the first 7 minutes of the ball
game. Was
game.
moving backwards. He was not set, and this is for the first time in the game they actually called some contact against the Dolphins down low.
Not against
Stonehill, a team that's only 6th in the league in three-point shooting and 8th in the league in scoring at 66 points per game.
In the league at 72%. First free throws of the game for either side. And we have a delay here for some reason. I think Shiloh might have an injury. No,
Right,
he's
talking to the official.
Talking with Vasily Malios.
All right, so we're going to get our first
subs ready to come in.
free throws that we're going to take a look at here.
Moyne and 2 for Stonehill.
Shiloh Jackson, first team all-conference performer on the defensive team in the NEC, 5th in the league in points, 2nd in rebounds, close to 16 points, 8 rebounds per game, and he makes the first.
Substitutions for Stonehill in for the game.
Jackson, a 72% free throw shooter, coming over from Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
6'11" junior out of Serbia. Also,
Incentive
Anthony
as well.
Holden, a 6'5" grad student out of Lee Summit, New Jersey. For Lemoyne, Samuel and Campier is in, the 6'6" junior from Medellin, Colombia.
Lemoyne, the 4 seed, they come in at 15 and 16, 10 and 8 overall. They were 2 games in conference better than Stonehill, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. The 15 wins ties them for the most wins as a program since entering Division I. So if they can win tonight, not only would they get to the semifinals, but they would also surpass and have that win total and have their most wins since joining Division I.
Now it's Holden driving, feeds a man down low, and we got a loose ball foul. Actually, a foul.
There was some contact there on the shooter, so Stonehill is going to get some free throws here.
Fouls Tudic.
We're getting close to the media timeout. When we get to the media timeout here, most likely after the next whistle, we'll check in with LIU and see how things are going. We wanted to start with LIU, some difficulties with their stream, so we'll check in on that in a second. Also, Malachi Davis didn't start the game. He entered the game coming in as a sub just a little while ago wearing a mask after some contact in the regular season finale back on Saturday. So we'll get that update against Chicago State, LIU Chicago State. We'll try to head there next here on the next media timeout. Again, we're keeping track of all 4 quarterfinal games. No commercial breaks here. Non-stop NEC Hoops action as we see which 4 teams will advance to semifinal Saturday in the Northeast Conference in the NEC. And there's a foul. Sanders will go to the line. So another whistle. We'll step aside here a little bit early, and we'll go to our next stop, check in on LIU as our coverage of the NEC tournament quarterfinals continue. All right, still waiting on that LIU Chicago State. We could tell you that right now LIU leading Chicago State 13-10 with 11:36 to play in the half. Shadrach Lasso 8 points to lead the way for LIU so far. Ray and Byard have 4 points apiece for Chicago State. LIU on a 5-0 run to grab the lead on that timeout, so they're on immediate timeout right now out in Brooklyn, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Meanwhile, back to the 3-6 matchup. Mercyhurst leading FDU, trying to grow that lead at the free throw line.
Meanwhile, after that foul shot was made, there was a collision between Parnell and Martin. Nothing out of that. They'll just have to.
Blunt had a barrage of points. The last time we checked in on this game, he got a nice, but he got a 3. Then there was a defensive turnover. He got a nice bucket. So it was 5 quick points in the blink of an eye the last time we tuned into this game.
Cameron Johnson for Lemelman.
Mercyhurst led by as many as 10.
Marks out instructions. Right wing Johnson. Handoff from Fearman to.
Oh, nice feed. And what a flush by Martin.
Parnell on your poster. Kadir Martin.
So now they're back to a 10-point lead, 18-8. Martin slams it home.
How's that for fireworks?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Carol Martin
Pretty good. Got his defender in the air, coming in for a closer look, and a nice job by Parnell knocking it down. And he got fouled on that, so a chance for a 3-point play for the senior from Melbourne, Florida.
What an answer there by Parnell.
We mentioned the last time we were at this game. This is the 4th time in history that FDU is a number 4 or a number 6 seed rather, and they do have some history in the 3-6 upset, or the 6 pulling the upset over the 3 seed. They upset the number 3 seeded St. Francis Red Flash back in the 2018 quarterfinals. So FDU, obviously not this current group, but FDU certainly as a program has history in being a 6 seed and going on the road and pulling off an upset against the 3 seed.
Johnson, Jackson on the baseline, left it behind him. Now has it back again in the paint. Turnaround, fader is good. Deshaun
Jackson
Jr. He now has 4 points, and the Lakers back up by 10.
Sophomore averages close to 6, already has 4.
Martin up. Right wing.
There's Arthur Cox, number 55. I remember talking with him back at Media Day prior to the start of the season. And now here we are in the postseason already. Arthur is 6'8", grad student, averaged about 8.5 points, close to 4 rebounds per game. Had himself a pretty solid season for FDU. All right, we're going to a break. We're moving on. Off to our next stop as the Lakers lead by 10. All right, we're back where we started. It's Wagner, Central Connecticut, and how about those pesky Wagner Seahawks? They lead by 1 on the road. Remember, this was a team that just 2 years ago only had like 7 players available, and they got all the way to the NCAA tournament, and they won a tournament game in the first 4. And now here they are, started the year with an interim acting head coach right before the start of the season. That got named, and then, they've had their ups and the downs. They've had their share of big wins, close games, but they had their share of setbacks as well. But they've put it together, and as we said a couple times now, they're playing their best basketball of the year here at the right time, and historically they seem to have Central's number.
Getting to the line where he's 4 for 4, has the 1-3, but he has missed a half a dozen shots from 3 feet.
There's been a lot of contact, though. Look at him. He's huffing and puffing. Maybe think about
Juan McMillan, the interim head coach who was a grad manager for Wagner in the 2015 NEC tournament. And now here he is 11 years later coaching Wagner in it.
Yep. That'd be a 3-guard offense.
Juan McMillan was also a senior at Hofstra. His assistant coach was Pat Sellers, who's the head coach on the opposite bench for Central Connecticut. So here their paths are intertwining once again in this quarterfinal matchup where only the winner will advance.
Offensive rebound by Jones. He saves it.
Offensive rebound off the missed free throw.
Terrific job by James Jones. And it's not like Smitty misses a lot of free throws.
No.
Off the screen. Let's see if Frazier can post up. Didn't look his way. Smitty.
Wagner shooting about 41%. Wild miss by the Blue Devils there. They're shooting at about 29%.
Blue Devils really didn't get a good look. Tied at 19. Bruce Beal, Mark Robbins, quarterfinal action here at the Dietrich.
This is a Central team that has the second best field goal percentage in the NEC. Normally, they average shooting at about a 47% clip. Certainly not in the territory right now. Nice block and a save, staying in bounds along that baseline.
Takes a look. Smitty trailing. And Frazier's trying. Boy, his uniform's being held. Smitty double teamed. What else is new? Frazier finally making a move to the basket.
Ooh, got open space.
Back-rimmed it.
And he made a move, spun around, shaded the defender, got past him, and had a lot of open space that he created about 8 feet away from the basket. Just couldn't finish at point-blank range.
He's playing placer with the shot clock now at 15. Next dead
Rebounding
ball,
margin even in this game. Turnovers really not that much of a factor. Wagner with 3, Central Connecticut with 2.
No good. Short rebound, Frazier. Anderson on the miss.
Jay Rogers going to come back in.
Say go try. And there's a hold.
And we got a
Jones.
whistle away from the basketball
on,
on the opposite side of the floor. 6:30 to play in New Britain.
Jones
Interesting one developing. Tied at 19 between the 2 seed and the 7 seed.
Surpassing his season
All right, we continue our coverage back in Syracuse. Stonehill leading Lemoyne 21-19 with under 8 minutes to go, and what a drive to the hoop.
7 points. He's been a spark for the Skyhawks.
Stinson the driving layup. He's up to 7 points for Stonehill. Muser leads the way with 9 for the Skyhawks.
High-scoring affair. Here's a 3 by Garang. Bullseye! He's been struggling from 3
and
lately.
Comes right back, hits the 3.
Syracuse native Bishop Grimes grad.
Back and forth we
Brings Lemoyne
go.
to within 1. It's 23-22. Sunderland met by Garang on a switch. Over to the right side, 3 by Kofi.
Kofi wide open in the right corner. He hits the triple.
The 3-point shot.
Kofi's up to 5 points on the night.
32%. So Lemoyne is hoping for a regression to the mean here.
Stonehill 6 for 16
This
shooting
is way
3s
higher
so
a
far
percentage than
in this
normal.
one.
And Copier spin move, layup, put it
Copy
foul.
got it, count it, and one.
Copier with brilliant action.
Now home teams in the quarterfinals, the higher seeds usually perform much better.
Lemoyne will have a
About
chance
an
to cut it to
82%
1
win
with a free throw
percentage
coming up.
since
6:54
2005.
in the first half.
But we got a
It's
couple of
Stonehill
lower
26,
seeds
Lemoyne
winning
24.
early
This is Dolphins
here on the
basketball on
road
Lemoyne College
as we
Broadcast
continue our
Network.
Whipperad coverage here in the quarterfinals. Okay, back to Erie, Pennsylvania. Mercyhurst leading FDU 22-12.
And James Thomas with the steal.
Mercyhurst very balanced with their scoring.
The pass left behind Ivan
Rummelman, Blunt, each with 5 points. Martin has 4.
Rushed that just a bit.
They're shooting 62% as we're coming up on 8 minutes to play in the first half. A little bit of a screen lag there. There we go. As we're back to live action. We were starting to talk about it before we had that last switch. Historically speaking, ever since the NEC moved to the higher seed hosts format after the 2004 season for the 2005 season. The higher seeded teams, which are the home teams in the quarterfinal round, are a combined 62-14. That's an 82% win percentage for home teams over the last 20 seasons.
Neither got the ball.
Since 2017, it's 53-11 home teams in the quarterfinals. Since 2019, higher seeded teams are 19-1. The lone upset by a lower seeded team since 2019 was in 2024 when Wagner upset Sacred Heart. Other than that, it's been higher seeds dominating this quarterfinal round, and for the most part, it hasn't been close. Only 6 of the last 16 quarterfinals over the last 4 years have been decided by single digits. So home teams historically the last few years have been winning. They've been winning by high margins. That's what's going on here in Erie, Pennsylvania, with Mercyhurst up big. But, we have Stonehill winning on the road. We have Wagner involved in that tight one with Central Connecticut right now. We could tell you that Chicago State is only down 6 to LIU at the Shark Tank with about 6:50 to play. So interesting developments here on this Wednesday. Glad you could be along with us. Off to our next stop in a moment here in the NEC Tournament quarterfinals.
Work by Terrence Smith Jr., who's got a smile on his face.
3-point lead for Central Connecticut. 27-22 with under 4 minutes to go.
To the right.
Smith has 10 points, 5 rebounds. Nick Jones, 7 points to lead the way for Wagner.
Three, and a foul called on the outside on Daniel James, only the third. Check that. No, that is the 4th team foul.
And that'll take us to a break. The under 4 media timeout. 3:27 to go. It's the Blue Devils up by 3.
It's the first 40-point game for Stonehill since Will Morgan.
Stonehill up by 2 on the road at Lemoyne.
Had 40 in the game against Franklin Pierce. Here's a 3 by Blakely that's off the mark. His first miss of the first half. Dolphins trail 29-27. Sunderland over to Hackett. Now Muser back to Hackett. Blakely defending him. Now they get it to Sunderland. Sunderland tries to penetrate.
Little
back
penetrating
deep
kick. Deep three, and that rattled in and out.
A three-pointer is spit out for Stonehill. Now it's Greenberg.
Stonehill 7 for 18. They are letting it fly from the perimeter here today. And they're going to call the defensive foul.
Seam and attacked the glass.
It looked like Hackett thought he got there first.
If you're Stonehill,
but they're going to call the foul on Hackett, so it's going to send.
But he doesn't take a lot of them. And
Moyne to the line, a chance to complete the 3-point play.
Go ahead and take it. Take his drive away because he's very good going to the basket.
Tennessee Rainwater, it was 18 of 37 from three-point range coming
Lemoyne in their
today
3rd straight NEC
He
tournament.
They
are 1-2. They lost to Central Connecticut last year, big, as the number 8 seed to the number 1 seed. They got to the semifinals in 2024 before falling to Merrimack. They're hosting a tournament game for the 2nd time in the last 3 years.
Lemoyne goes bigger.
Rebound spits out, no
3-point play, free throw try rims out. So they get the layup by Rainwater. He has 4 points, and we're all even at 29 as we get under 5 minutes to play in the first half.
Choked off on the baseline.
Yeah, that looked like a travel. Just slid that
as well.
That foot.
Fans, for all your travels, book your reservation at the Craftsman Inn and Suites in Fayetteville. Whether your plans call for a week-long visit or just one night
And we've
away
been having
from
some
home,
technical
Craftsman Inn and
difficulties with the
Suites has
stream.
everything you
Well,
need.
we haven't been having technical difficulties. LIU has been having technical difficulties with their stream out in Brooklyn. They lead Chicago State 29-26 with about 5 minutes to play in the first half, so we will keep you updated on that one. Number 1 seed involved in a tight one
A shot no good.
with the number 8 seed. It's not that often. In fact, in the quarterfinal round, the number 8 seed has never beaten the number 1 seed. There have been some close calls in the
was not in position for the
mid-2000s.
Those were Tudich's first points.
Another traveling violation there.
Yeah, he's
So we got turnover for turnover. So can LIU avoid the threat for Chicago State? Right now they've upped it to 31-26.
4:19 to go in the first half. Moyne has really not savored the lead at halftime much this year at all, about a third of the season.
Mason Porter-Brown, the junior
when
forward,
they're tied at the half, and
is leading the way for LIU in that game with 12 points. Byard leading the way for the Cougars with 11. So we're going to keep our eye on that one. Meanwhile, Stonehill up by 2, looking for more. The 3 from the corner is no good. It rebounds out to Lemoyne.
Rainwater lays it up, missed the shot. Rebound tapped to Ruth.
Sunderland wanted an offensive foul there, but Rainwater did a nice job
Trent
of
Ruth,
spinning.
sophomore,
Hackett drives
coming from community college route.
Moyne, just the third on the Dolphins in this first half.
And that foul should take us to
Way
our
out away
media
from the basket,
timeout.
but not a
Halftime
shooting
quickly
foul as we go
approaching
to
in
our
all
next
4
media
quarterfinal
timeout.
games
3:36 to go
right now.
in the
We will
first half.
take you to
Stonehill
live
31,
action.
Lemoyne
More
29, first
quarterfinal,
round
first half
of the
action
NEC
coming up
tournament.
next
The
here on
winner
the
to
NEC
move on
Full
to the
Court Press.
semifinals. This is
Down to the final 45 seconds in the first half in New Britain. 32-29 Central Connecticut with the lead. Nice cross-court pass, but the 3 ball was short. That would have tied it.
See what the Blue Devils do here is about a 3-second
Only a couple
differential.
second differential in the 2
Matt
clocks.
Sellers wants a time.
And Coach Sellers going to call timeout.
Yeah, they did not take a timeout in the first down. Again, Mark, plenty of time left in this ball game. Would be important, I think.
Central Connecticut team that's won 7 of their last 8 games coming into the tournament. And we kind of mentioned it a couple times, but Central Connecticut, one of their stars this year, sophomore Darren Smith Jr. was named yesterday the NEC Player of the Year, going from about 7 points per game average last year on the all-rookie team, boosted his scoring average by 13.7 points, and ended up being Central's first scoring champ in the NEC since Kyle Vinales back in 2013. The 7th Central Connecticut Player of the Year, and he's had his team on his back here in this one in what has been a back-and-forth knockdown, drag-out grudge match against Wagner. Smith had 15 points.
But
here as we approach final possessions.
Right when the shot clock's winding down, or with about 2 or 3 seconds
He's made a
left,
couple
Wagner
threes.
gets the rebound. Got to make sure you get back on defense.
So off the timeout, let's see how Central Connecticut State plays this. Again, only a couple second differential in the 2 clocks.
Oh, Smitty for 3, sure.
Oh, Smith with a man in his face. He lets it fly. And now those 15 points make it 18 points.
The Blue Devils do here on defense.
His 3rd 3 of the game.
Here's a Woke, a foul called on Jay Rogers, and here's where the Blue Devils will perhaps use up their fouls as James Jones and Elijah Parker come into the game. This is the strategy they applied against St. Francis the other day on Saturday.
And I think Parker will commit a foul. I might even bring in, use a walk-on.
Central using some of their fouls to give here.
Jones, he splits the defense, he drives,
There's
and a
the
foul
inbounds on the drive, no shot. They're going to call the foul on the floor. That's the 5th team foul on Central. So they still have another foul to give before we get into free throws, and time starting to run out for Wagner here in this quarter.
With just the 15th foul, they can do it one more time, and
But still,
Both teams shooting
7.7
incredibly
left.
well in this game.
So,
Wagner, 42%. Central has come back. They're now shooting 40%. Only 3 turnovers each. It's been quite a clean
Max has to
first
be
half.
careful. If they get it to
Rebounding
Mason,
battle
foul.
just about
Max picks up
even.
his second.
Central leads it
The
by
inbounds
1,
for
18 to
Jones.
17.
They're going to play him straight
Time
up.
running out.
Jones drives baseline.
Jones
gets
trying to
straight
get
up
to
in
the
air,
basket,
and, blocked
and he
by
is fouled
James
with
Jones
1
with
second
1.1.
left.
It'll be free throws
Nick Jones,
for
the second team
Nick
all-conference
Jones. And again,
performer,
Jones,
will get
as far
his
as
way
anybody
to the
knows
free
in
throw
NEC,
line
is as
in the
tough a
waning
guard
seconds of this first
one-on-one
half.
as anybody.
And a wry smile on the face of Nick Jones. He knew he had positioning on.
Jones, an 81% free throw shooter. The Wagner College Seahawks in their 37th
Terrific free throw
NEC tournament. They're
81%.
18 and 16
Wagner
all-time in the
72%
quarterfinal round.
As a team in conference play.
Little talking
Jones makes
now
the first.
with Darren.
Again, Wagner, I mean,
They don't want anything.
he didn't say, yeah.
They don't want it. The officials are stepping right
5-point
in.
game. Wagner this year has played 11 games decided by 5 points or less, and they're 6-5 in those games.
Get a shot.
It's
Let's
a
see what they do
4-point
here.
game right now.
Lead. James Jones to inbounds, looking for direction. Should throw it the length
The
of the floor.
65th all-time meeting between these two programs, 6th in the postseason. That gets deflected.
No good.
I don't know that would have counted. It looked to be a little late after the buzzer. It's off the mark in any case, and it's 35-31 Central Connecticut. We have our first of the 4 games going to halftime. Let's go to another stop here on the NEC quarterfinal fast break. Hey, look what we got. We got the LIU Sharks. We got live basketball in Brooklyn. Only 2:30 to go in the first half as we've been keeping you updated since this game has started. It's been a tight game. Credit the Cougars, coming out on the road, playing LIU for the second time in less than a week, and they're hanging right in there. 5-point game, 2:30 to play. Gordon at the free throw line. He misses the free throw, and it's collected by Chicago State. LIU, the number 1 seed, 21-10, 15-3 in the NEC this year. They've won 10 straight here at home. Chicago State looking to become the first ever number 8 seed to get an upset over a number 1 seed in the NEC men's basketball tournament. Ray trying to back his way close to the basket. And go out of bounds, and it looks like Tankersley's going to go over and pull the trigger on the inbounds.
Great American cities, New York and Chicago. I'd say my favorite 2 cities in the country.
Definitely 2 great cities. Obviously, you could get in the pizza debate. I would anger a lot of people by saying I prefer Chicago pizza than New York pizza. So I apologize in advance. Personal preference. People will say Chicago pizza is not pizza; it's a casserole. Call it whatever you want. It's still better tasting than the New York slice. I'm sorry.
Not so much this year. Very cleanly, well-played game.
Fired 11 points. He's come to play tonight. A 6'8" grad student from Atlantic City by way of Ryder. Averaging about 9 points, 4.5 rebounds, 74% free throw shooter. For Landon Bussey, who's making his NEC tournament debut as a head coach. About half the field this year in our NEC tournament is first-year head coaches with their programs.
Born players in D1 basketball this year. Such a global sport. China's
Chicago State only 5-13. They started conference play at 0-8. Then they won 4-5, but they lost 4-5 to end the regular season. But they beat Central Connecticut. They beat Stonehill, a team that's trying to pull an upset on the road in Moyne, the number 5 seed in the NEC. Chicago State certainly competes, and they're doing it here again tonight. There are 2 games in the regular season against LIU, they lost 74-55 and 73-56. So two similar scores, and Fuller was the leading scorer in both those games. He had 21 points in the meeting on January 4th and 24 points in the meeting last week.
And that's why having a zone defense like that can be beneficial. It's a little change-up defensively.
Fired with 12 points. We mentioned 6 of those 12 points have come from the free throw line. On the other side, we mentioned before we got to this game that for LIU, Malachi Davis did not start this game. He did come in off the bench, has 2 points, 1 for 4 from the field in about 13 minutes of action.
Last March, previously led Alcorn State from 2020 to 2025. They won 2 SWAC regular season titles, including the program's first in 20 years.
CJ Ray, third-team all-conference performer, over 1,500 career points, and that monster game against Mercyhurst a while ago, 37 points, 10 rebounds.
So they only got 7 wins on the season, but 5 in the last 10.
Right.
A team from the south side, I'm going to pull an upset in the Shark Tank as the number 8 seed in the NEC tournament. They are down by 4 with 1:20 to play in the first half.
Can pull off some big wins.
Yeah, moments ago, we were in New Britain. We saw that Central Connecticut has a 4-point lead on Wagner. With about 2 minutes to go in the half, Mercyhurst leads FDU 32-26. We will get you to that game after this 108 if there's still time. And with about 6 seconds to go until the half, Stonehill leading Moyne on the road 37-32. If you're just joining us, Stonehill started the game with a 3-point barrage to get things going. They've cooled off a little bit from the perimeter, but still they're shooting at about 42% from the field, 39% from behind the arc. So Stonehill with the lead. It's now reached the half. It's 39-32. And then there's this game with under a minute to go. That is a beauty. Lined up and connected. Jomo Goings, the junior, one of the top 10 three-point shooters in the NEC. He just lined that one up and let it fly. LIU looking to take a run and some momentum going into the locker room.
Fired, bounce pass, inside. This is Owens, off the window and in.
Yeah, he had to fight his way into the paint for that one. Owens. Chicago State with 20 of their 33 points in the paint, and what a slam just before halftime. Gordon on the alley-oop dunk. He's going to get off. Cockrell, he gets off the three-point try. It goes off the front of the rim. A little razzle-dazzle by the Sharks, and they take all the momentum going into the locker room. They stretch their lead to 7. They've led by as many as 8. They lead 40-33 at intermission.
Kind of looking to his left like he's going to slow things down.
Gordon with 6 points. Malachi Davis, what a feed to get that one up there. All right, so one game going on right now. Under a minute to go in the half. Mercyhurst FDU will take you there for the final seconds. All right, under a minute to go, 32-28, and that's thrown away into the FDU bench. So again, this is the only game that is live right now. All 3 other games are at intermission. LIU leading Chicago State 40-33. Central Connecticut leading Wagner 35-31, and Stonehill leading Moyne 39-32 on the road. And here's the number 6 seed FDU Knights keeping it close all the way out in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Led wire to wire so far was 13. Now FDU can cut it down to at least 1.
It's a one-possession game going into the locker room.
Inside the arc. Parnell fakes a three.
Long distance.
That's offline.
That's off the mark. Thomas had the rebound.
They're 3 of 10. Shot clock off. Furman.
A little helter-skelter play here now. Lakers look like they were trying to slow it down. The shot clock is turned off. Now as we get to 10 seconds.
Levelman takes a three.
Oh, a line drive laser by Levelman.
Scoreless drought nearly 4 minutes. Last chance for Niesman.
Ended a 4-minute scoring drought that got FDU to within 4, but Mercyhurst hits the three. Levelman with now 10 points, and that takes it into intermission. 35-28, Mercyhurst with the lead over FDU. All of our games right now at halftime, so take a moment to take a pee, little bathroom break, get a drink, come back. Second half with seasons on the line in the NEC tournament quarterfinals. You're watching the Full Court Press here on Instagram, Twitch, and on YouTube. Keep it right here.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Paul Dottino with the NEC Notebook, delivered to you by WB Mason. LIU captured the men's regular season title for the first time since 2012. Their 6th trophy prompted former NBA star Rod Strickland to be named the Jim Phelan Coach of the Year. He guided all NEC picks Malachi Davis and Jamal Fuller, as well as Defensive Player of the Year Greg Gordon. Central Connecticut's Darren Smith Jr. is the NEC Player of the Year and joined on the first team by Lemoyne's Shiloh Jackson and Bernie Blunt of Mercyhurst. FDU's David Yevtich is the NEC Rookie of the Year, and Central's Max Frazier was named the Most Improved Player. The NEC Final and automatic NCAA bid will air Tuesday, March 10th on ESPN2 at the highest remaining seed. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Catch all conference action on NECFrontRow.com. And don't forget to follow the entire tournament on X at NEC Sports or on the web at NECSports.com.
Kyle Turner for NECFrontRow.com here to unveil the 2025-2026 NEC Men's Basketball Major Award winners. The NEC Rookie of the Year is FDU's David Yevtich. The freshman guard was named the NEC Rookie of the Week, a league-leading 4 times this season, and scored 10 or more points 6 times during the 2025-26 campaign. Just 3 other FDU freshmen, Anquan Hill, Rashawn Turner, and Desi Wilson, have been named the NEC Rookie of the Year since the league's inaugural season in 1982-1983. The NEC's most improved player is Central Connecticut's Max Frazier, who made a significant leap for the Blue Devils. Frazier elevated his scoring average from 3.1 points per game last season to 12.1 points per game this season, thanks in part to his signature high-flying alley-oop throwdowns. On the defensive end, his rebounding production more than doubled to 7.3 boards per contest, a clip that ranks 4th in the league. Frazier also ranked 2nd in the league with 1.7 blocks per game and is the 2nd Blue Devil to earn the Defensive Player of the Year honor. The Jim Phelan Coach of the Year is LIU's Rod Strickland. In just his 4th season at the helm, Strickland's Sharks reached waters that had been uncharted by the Brooklyn squad in quite some time. Hitting the 20-win mark for the first time in nearly a decade, the Sharks downed 15 NEC opponents en route to its first regular season title since the 2016-2017 campaign. Strickland becomes the 3rd LIU skipper to claim the honor, joining Ray Haskins and 2-time recipient Jim Ferry. The NEC Defensive Player of the Year is LIU's Greg Gordon. Gordon's ability to disrupt passing lanes and menace ball handlers set the tone for LIU's defense-first identity all season. The guard was just one of 2 NEC ballers to rank inside the league's top 10 in scoring, rebounds, steals, and blocks. In addition to being named the Defensive Player of the Year, Gordon earned all NEC second team and all defensive team honors. The NEC Player of the Year is Central Connecticut's Darren Smith Jr. Smith's ability to score at all 3 levels, create for teammates, and control the tempo made him one of the most dangerous players in the league. His 20.4 points per game lead the NEC and rank him 28th nationally. In addition, Smith's free throw percentage of 90.0 rank him 12th amongst national leaders. A 6-time NEC Player of the Week, the elite bucket getter also walked away with all NEC first team honors and is the first Blue Devil to be crowned the NEC scoring champion since Kyle Vinales did it back in the 2012-2013 season. Congratulations to all of our NEC Elite, our 2025-2026 NEC Men's Basketball Major Award winners. It's time to take a look at the NEC Exceptional Plays of the Year, the top 10 plays from 2025. Number 10, Stonehill's Brooke Paquette with the behind-the-back dribble, no-look dime to Megan Sias for 2.
Brooke Paquette on the drive. Oh, nice! What a pass inside! Meg Sias, the beneficiary of the great bounce pass from Brooke Paquette.
Number 9, Central Connecticut's Max Frazier comes up with the game-winning dunk in overtime against Sacred Heart.
Finds Smitty. Off the screen, Rogers fakes the 3, gives it for Frazier, who slams it!
Number 8, FDU's Michaela Conklin scales the fence for the home run robbery.
Garraway twice has been named. And that one, a shot to left field. Wow, what a catch in left field!
Number 7, Stonehill's Taylor Gaspar lays out for this full extension web gem in right field.
Down the right field line. Ooh, a fantastic dive.
Number 6, LIU Shadrach Lassou pulled the plug with one of the blocks of the year.
In and out, rebounded by Nasai. Look at the quick outlet pass. Brown, oh, he was trying to go highlight reel the other way, and he got denied.
Number 5, Stonehill's Natalie Coutu scores on this slick behind-the-back shot.
1 point shy of a career high. She's got it. Behind the back shot there. That was incredible by Natalie Coutu.
Number 4, Duquesne's Joey Isabella hurdles a defender on this 29-yard catch-and-run touchdown.
Flair to Isabella on the left side, eludes one tackler, stutter step move, 15, 10, hurdles a guy into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 3, Wagner's Riley Frederick scores in double overtime to give the Seahawks their first ever women's soccer title.
Win it in the overtime periods.
Off the back of a head, inside shot, and the championship! The Seahawks have done it!
Number 2, Robert Morris's David Burr spins and fires in this no-look rocket.
Never got to the net, but RMU finds a loose ball. Spinning blind shot goes in! What a goal from David Burr!
And our top play from 2025 comes from New Haven's Lucian Laro, who scored on this insane bicycle kick, a play that was named the National Goal of the Year by Top Drawer Soccer.
Transferred from Rutgers. Cross towards the box, settled, bicycle attempt, and a goal!
There you have it. Those are your NEC Exceptional Plays of the Year, the top 10 plays of 2025.
And we are back. Our first game out of the locker room to start the second half. Central Connecticut State and Wagner. 30 seconds into the second half. Almost got you right back in time. It's the number 2 seed against the number 7 seed. Winner advancing to the semifinals. Once again, I'm Craig DeBico here in our NEC home office studios. This is the NEC Full Court Press live whip-around coverage of the NEC Tournament quarterfinals here today. We did this on opening night way back in January, and now here we are again. That was January 2nd. Now here we are on March 4th, and it's the NEC Tournament quarters. It's do or die. Winners advance. Again, we reseed after each round. If Central Connecticut advances, they are guaranteed a home game in the semifinal round. Another game back in New Britain. Looks like a really strong crowd on hand here tonight. But Wagner's certainly giving them a handful.
You like it, but again, he's not the dribble drive type of guy.
Two-possession game here in the opening minute. It's a game that both teams are shooting. We're shooting at halftime over 40%. Turnovers 3 and 3. So relatively clean game. They're not turning it over and making mistakes that are shooting themselves in their own foot. Rebounding margin is just about even. Central just had a couple more points on the scoreboard. I mean, it's been nip and tuck this entire first half, and now we'll see what adjustments these teams make coming out of the locker room. An open look for Rogers. Well, it should have been a shot clock violation. Instead, the officials keep things going, and on the other end, Wagner in transition hits a triple of their own, only their 4th free ball of the game. John Awoke awakened this offense for the Wagner Seahawks. Again, what a season it's been for Wagner. Interim head coach just before the season. They started with 7 straight road games in non-conference play. They didn't play at home until right around the end of November, December. They've had a bunch of overtime games this year, which they're 4-1 in 5 overtime games, 6-5 in games decided by 5 points or less. This is a Wagner team that's been walking that high wire, walking that tightrope all season long. Not your normal number 7 seed. They come in having won 5 of their last 6 games. Interesting note, and this is how next level we get here on the Full Court Press. On the road, Wagner, when they wear their black uniforms, they're 2-9. When they wear their green uniforms, they're 3-2. And what do you know? They're wearing their green uniforms tonight. How about that? Again, 5-0, never lost in the playoffs to Central Connecticut. They're wearing their green. I mean, they're really trying to tug at every single statistical advantage that they could try and get.
In the first half. Basil posted up by
Lost it trying to do that crossover. Got it back, saved possession, but the shot clock under 10, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That was a push-off.
Did call it that time.
So in a first half with not that many turnovers, Wagner commits just their 4th turnover on the offensive foul.
No argument. And now Fitch and I mean, everybody's taken their verbal shot.
In the 2 games this year, end of January in New York, Central Connecticut won 62-55. In about a week later, February the 7th in Connecticut, it was 84-67.
Knocks it down.
A little bit different story here.
He's got better size than people realize. That's 6 foot, listed at 6'4". And his second 2-point field goal of the game, 37-34.
Blue Devils' first bucket, first points of this half.
First points of the half for Central, shooting just 36%. That field goal percentage has gone down here to start the second half in these first 3.5 minutes. They were shooting over 40 at halftime.
Frazier, double figures now for Basil, who's been terrific.
Yeah, an outstanding little pump fake using his body.
Basil, a sophomore forward, that big body, 6'7", 240 pounds, anchors the rebounding, the interior defense, physical, can move his way to the basket as we just saw in that last possession. Now here come the Seahawks in transition, trying to take the lead. Can't get it, and a foul going for the rebound, I believe. And that takes us to our first media timeout. So this was the first game out of the locker room to start the second half. We'll take a look if there's any other games going on starting the second half here around the NEC. We'll be back in a moment as our Full Court Press continues.
It's time to take a look at the NEC Exceptional Plays of the Year, the top 10 plays from 20. It's time to take a look at the NEC Exceptional Plays of the Year, the top 10.
Would have to win, of course.
All right, we are getting you back out to Syracuse, Lemoyne, and Stonehill. Just about ready to start the second half. You have not missed any of that action. They're coming out of the locker room. They just broke the huddle. They just had the first horn, so both teams getting back out there. It's 39-32. Stonehill on the road, the number 5 seed, looking to pull off the upset, leading Lemoyne. We mentioned that since over the last handful of years, there's only been one lower-seeded team pulling off an upset. Stonehill looking to do that here, but Lemoyne coming out quickly with the basket.
Get their first bucket of the second half to cut it to a 5-point
deficit. They don't waste any time.
First basket in a game and a half.
Usually when he scores down low, it kind of gets him in rhythm. See if it gets him off the snide.
Muser a 3, misses it.
Long 3 by Muser, no good. So quick score by Lemoyne. One and done possession for Stonehill, and now Lemoyne with another chance. Driving straight to the basket from underneath. No, but the follow is slammed home.
by Shiloh Jackson.
Shiloh Jackson
Lemoyne adds to its all-time
with the
record
slammer,
for slam
and
dunks.
here
That's
comes
89
Lemoyne on the run.
66
Two
was their
quick
previous
buckets
high
in the
last
opening
year.
minute,
Shiloh has
coming
the
out of the
majority
locker
of
room
those,
trying to
over 40.
trim this
He's got
deficit
10
that they
to match
were in.
Hackett for game high honors. 3-point game.
This has been an exciting one.
Passes to Hackett. on the
Stonehill
left
shooting
side.
at about
He'll tee up a
42%.
three, and it's
Lemoyne a
good
shade
again.
under
Boy, Hackett, it just sees
40%.
Lemoyne and
Hackett
just lights it up.
He's up to 13
42-36.
points. 3 for 8 from behind the arc. That's the 10th
Stonehill by
three of the
6.
game for
Pass to Warren
Stonehill.
Rainwater.
A team that's
Here's a
6th in the
three by
league in
Sanders.
3-point
No
field
good
goal
on the
percentage.
standstill shot.
They only shoot about 32% per game. They're well over that here at
Hackett
about
now
40%.
dribbling.
3-point
Net on
shooting
the
right
switch.
now, the
Now
difference.
He gets the return pass. Mascara, the bigger
Hackett
player
thought
on
about
him
it.
now, takes the jumper
Now he
anyway,
comes
misses it
inside the
short.
perimeter and
With a rebound
takes it,
by
but
Muser in the
Muser
corner.
comes in and gets the
Passes out
offensive
to
rebound.
Kofi.
Second chance
Stonehill
opportunity.
with a second chance on this possession. Sunderland passes out to Muser, fakes the three, lost the ball, comes free to Sanders.
Just pickpocketed, and now we got a 2-on-1
Sanders
opportunity.
Takes it in, lays it up, and good.
Around the world and
A fast
through.
break layup, steal and bucket for
Guy Sanders, the driving
who's got
layup. He
9
now
off the-
has
in his
9,
return to the starting lineup
and
for
it's a
Lemoyne.
4-point
And
game.
another Holiday Inn Express fast break, sponsored by Holiday Inn Express. Just a quick dash from the Lemoyne campus.
Lemoyne, a team with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder when they were picked 9th in the preseason poll. And I remember talking with Coach Champion during our media week, and he kind of laughed it off like, we're not 9th.
Something
And,
happened there.
certainly
with
they've
Rainbow.
proved that,
That's
finishing as
fourth.
the
It was away
number
from the
4
ball.
seed and earning
Oh, no,
a
they're changing it to
home
7.
tournament
Mascara.
playoff
That makes
game.
sense. Yeah, Mascara kind of
Mascara
held
picking
it.
up his second
So
foul
both players have a chance
right
to go
here,
to the ball,
and it looks like he's going to come off
hold
the
your
floor.
opponent. I think that's what they caught him doing
So
before he went to the ball.
Mascara goes to the bench, replaced by Encapié, and Rainwater still with 3 fouls.
Rebounding margin in this game, Stonehill
Hackett
in
to throw
front,
inbounds,
24
near
to
sideline,
22.
and now Sunderland will start the offense. Sunderland drives
Stonehill
right
10
side.
assists on their
Simpson
16
drives
field
baseline,
goals.
choked off, throws it away. Oh, no, it's regained
No,
by
Muser has it.
Shot clock still moving at 6.
Oh, nice feed underneath.
Simpson
Can't
missing a
finish.
layup. Rebound on the floor. Comes to Sunderland, to Muser down low.
Somehow
lays
got
it up,
to
no good,
Muser,
foul.
and he's fouled
The
going
Dolphins
for the
could not
slam.
clear a defensive board, and it cost them.
Yeah, they were out of position.
Lemoyne with
through
8
that
turnovers,
whole possession.
Stonehill
Just their
with
energy
7.
kept things going, but Shiloh Jackson had to come in from out of bounds just to defend that last shot.
And they played good defense to force Stonehill into awkward shots, but they kept getting their offensive rebounds. So Muser goes to the line.
Stonehill
Stone's
led
not
this
made a free
game
throw
by
yet.
as many
They're
as
0-2.
11. They led by
Tudic
18
made
to
those, or
7.
missed those.
7 minutes
And
into
that's
this
the first
game,
make for them
Lemoyne,
as
though,
Muser
made their
is now
run, and they
double figures
actually
with 10 points
had a
on the
lead.
season.
About 6.5 minutes later, they led by 1, 27-26. And it's kind of been back and forth within 2 possessions
Second shot
ever
is
since
up
going
and
into the
short.
locker room and
Rebound
now
by
here starting
Duran.
the second half.
Lemoyne down 5. They've been playing uphill basketball all night. They've had one 1-point lead. There have been a couple of ties.
What I
Here's a
just
three
said.
by Rainwater. That's
Rainwater
good.
making it
Finally
rain.
makes a triple.
Getting it to go. The
He's got
junior.
7. Lemoyne down 2. 43-41.
His first 3 of the game.
And it's
He's
3 minutes gone by.
now at 7 points on the scoreboard. It's a 2-point lead for the Skyhawks.
Muser over to the left side.
These two
Stinson.
programs first met in the 1962-1963 season.
Bounces to Muser.
Stonehill has
Tries
won
a
3 in a
spin
row
move.
and 6 out of the
On
last
baseline
10.
Against the shorter Sanders, he's fouled, and he'll go back to the line.
Another
If he was
foul.
in the act of
That's
shooting,
the
and yes,
second
I think he
on
was.
Sanders.
Sanders picks up the foul. Third foul already on Lemoyne in the
Yeah,
first
Lemoyne
half.
picking
They
up
had
some
3 in the
quick
first
fouls
and
here in the
second half. They
first
had 3 in the
4
first
minutes. We're not even at the
19
first media
minutes of the first
timeout
half.
yet. So Muser going to the
So
free
Muser
throw
will go
line,
to
the
the line,
6'8
where he just
senior,
made 1 out of 2.
only about a
Tough
48%
foul
free
against
throw
Sanders,
shooter.
'cause he was just standing his ground against a bigger player who bounced off his chest.
First one bounces
Talked
in
with
for
him on
Muser.
Media Week as well back
Got
in
11 points.
October, and he talked about the veteran group coming
Dolphins
back,
down
him
3.
included. Had
One more shot coming
Stonehill
up
filled with
for the
confidence
senior.
back at the
It
start
is
of the
up, and
season.
It is good. So 3 out of 4 at the line for a player that doesn't even hit half of his free throws on the season. Here's Rainwater down low against the smaller Sunderland, but kicks it back out.
Water
It's knocked it
double.
out by
Nice
Hackett.
denial by
Underthrown pass,
Hackett,
luckily
getting
for
his hand
Lemoyne.
in there and
It was not
deflecting it
stolen.
out of bounds into the Lemoyne bench.
Mosquera will check back in.
One
the
of
lineup
these
this
two
time for
teams will
Capier.
advance to semifinal Saturday.
They again swap for each other. Rainwater will inbound 20 on
Moyne
the shot
trying
clock.
to get to the semifinals for a second time. Stonehill trying to get there for the very first.
And it's a lob over to Garang.
A lob that deflected off the backboard right to Trent Mosquera, just like they drew up. I'm sure. I'd love to see the whiteboard on how they designed that going off the backboard on that perfect angle like that right to Mosquera.
There's a missed shot. Rebound on the floor taken by Sanders.
And once again, the ball deflecting in all different directions into the hands of the guys in the white shirts.
And here's a bad bounce pass by
and
Sanders
that
to
was
Muser.
a wide open pass to Muser, but Muser plays for the other team.
But Muser was in the way, and an easy turnover. And here's a block shot.
Hackett from underneath, no, but I believe that was Muser coming in and finishing, cleaning that up. Muser now with 14 points, Hackett with 13. They're the two leading scorers for Stonehill right now.
Which meant nobody was there for the rebound.
All right, next whistle, we're going to move on. The other games have started the second half as well.
Rainwater dribbling beyond the arc.
Central Connecticut and Wagner, we just came from that game. That game is tied at 40.
Back-to-back triples for
Rainwater, another triple. He now has 2 in a row. He's up to 10 points, and Lemoyne is down 1.
Kofi back to Sunderland. Left side to Kofi. Well defended by Sanders. Works around the left. Met by Jackson.
Kofi top 10 in the league in
three-point
field goal percentage. Muser, though, was wide open, and he hits a triple. The big man with the 3 ball. He's up to 17 points.
50-46 Stonehill.
A guy that this year only averaged about 6 points, 5 rebounds.
They're going to wave off the basket.
Mosquera fouled by Hackett. No basket there.
Because that is a point of emphasis for officials this year.
Second foul for Hackett. It's a 4-point game, 50-46. As we move on off to our next stop here on the Full Court Press in the NEC Tournament quarterfinals. All right, we're just in front of the media timeout here in Erie, Pennsylvania. They started the second half. Mercyhurst leads FDU 41-33. Mercyhurst shooting 61% from the field.
Now going up to the good side up north.
Lionel Menace, 13 points, 3 threes on the night, 4 assists. Martin has 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. Blunt has 9 points, 5 rebounds. What an effort for Mercyhurst to start this game. They're up 41-33. Media timeout. We're moving on. All right, so now we're back in Brooklyn. The number 1 seed, LIU, just hit a media timeout there. It's still a 4-point game. The Cougars hanging in strong, 50-46. Off to our next stop. Wagner with the lead, 43-42 as we approach the halfway point in the second half.
Fouled by Elijah Parker.
And we have a foul
Tough matchup for
on Central Connecticut.
Parker.
Now we had a feeling, you go back in the history of the NEC tournament, 7 seeds have done it before to the number 2 seeds. You look at Robert Morris back in the day as the number 7 seed. They did it twice, 2 years in a row, as a number 7 seed, upsetting a number 2 seed. So the number 7 seed Wagner Seahawks, who have had their share of playoff heartbreak, usually on their home court back in the 2010s. But now here they are on the road in New Britain, and they have a 3-point lead.
Second team All-NEC. Darren Smith getting a blow, and the freshman Elijah Parker with the rock. You're right. Let's see if Max Frazier asserts himself. He sets a screen. Tough shot, James Jones. No good. We get a foul called underneath.
Foul on the shot. Darren Smith Jr., the player of the year, doing everything he can. He has 21 points, 9 rebounds. He's a board shy of a double-double on the night, but he needs some help.
Wagner.
Melo Sanchez, the next closest scorer for Central Connecticut, 7 points. Jay Rogers only has 3, 1 for 6 shooting. And in both of the regular season games, Central Connecticut and Wagner, that Central won pretty convincingly in both games, including in double figures the last time they met in New Britain. It was Frazier who was able to have a big, he had 21 points in the second game, 17 points in the first game. Max Frazier only 1 for 4 with 2 points in this game so far, and we're 10 minutes to go in the second half.
Another Blue Devil to get to the line.
Yep, 2 misses.
They can't keep Smitty on the bench too long. Jay's back sitting next to Smitty. They gotta get back in.
Blue Devils 6 for 10 from the free throw line after those misses.
By Elijah Parker.
And that'll be a foul on Elijah Parker, the freshman.
Foul. I think Smitty just got up and is about to check himself in.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if Jay will come back in soon, too. Because they are...
So perhaps checking himself back into the game. Darren Smith Jr. is in there again. He's doing everything he can.
Very predictable offensively.
Monster game for him, and there's still 10 minutes to go. But Wagner is in front by 3 with the basketball, looking for more, and that just squirted off the iron. This is NEC playoff basketball, a scrum for the loose ball. Fighting over those 50-50s.
This is not a big team.
It's all those intangibles, all those little plays. This time of year, March Madness.
They can pick up some rebounds.
Who wants it more? Trip to the NEC tournament semifinals on the line.
James Jones will bring it up.
Central Connecticut has been there the last 2 years.
Who can handle the ball, though.
Last year advanced to the championship game. The year before they were in the semifinals and they lost to Wagner. Wagner went to the championship and they ended up winning it.
Back for a triple off the glass, no good.
Trying to bank it in.
Parker.
Parker with the offensive board, tipping it to himself. Good movement and good job reading that one off the iron and getting his body in position to make that play.
Now he rolls. Smitty straight away, 7 to shoot. Smitty, fadeaway jumper, no good.
Extended from the elbow action, can't hit that jumper.
By, I believe that was a Conn move. Blue Devils 15 out of 44 from the floor.
28-27 advantage on the rebounds for Wagner.
And this is danger time for the Blue Devils. Smitty the rebound off the miss from Fitch. He wants to go. Can they get a fast break point? Smith lays
turning the one-and-done possession.
Right? Don't let the defense set
and
up.
a Smith carrying the team on his back, driving it right through the heart of the Wagner defense, straight to the tin. And the Blue Devils find themselves back down 1.
Jones almost lost it to Sanchez. Conn moved down low on Frazier, off the glass, no good. Fitch the rebound, banks it in.
Weak side rebound. Xavier Fitch with the putback. And Fitch coming back here for the postseason. The sophomore from Chicago.
Sorry, Mark, for Wagner, they have a 3-point lead.
Sometimes they just take it away, or sometimes they just...
Fitch up to 4.7 rebounds here on the evening.
Under a minute left in the first half. They trail by 3. Darren Smith.
I think I know the play for Coach Sellers. Get the ball to number 5.
Of the 40,
it's worked more times than not, but as we said moments ago, he's going to need help. He has 25 points. The next closest scorer only has 7.
Awoke up again.
Woke up. Yep, another 3. It's his 3rd of the game. He's up to 9 points. 3 for 6 from behind the arc. Also 3 rebounds, 3 assists for the junior guard.
Including NEC play.
36% three-point shooter on the season.
Or 36, trying to do the central math. Almost a foul. Smitty wants it.
Get the ball at number 5.
No good. Rebound Elijah Parker.
On a foul going for the weak side rebound. It's going to be on Parker.
That was just a long rebound off the back.
Yeah,
rim.
trying to go for that rebound.
Wagner is
All right, under
fired up
immediate
in that
timeout.
score.
Our eyes are on New
High
Britain as
five.
the 7 seed has the 2 seed on the ropes. We'll be back here shortly, but now on to our next stop here on the Full Court Press.
Front row.
All right, Cox drawing a foul for FDU as we go back to Mercyhurst where it's 46-36. The Lakers leading the Knights. The Knights team that's been in the NEC tournament more than any active team in the league. Mercyhurst in their very first NEC tournament game looking to advance to the semifinals here in their maiden voyage in the NEC tournament. Art Cox at the charity stripe makes his first.
Cox not bothered by the
You look at teams that have made their debut in the NEC tournament. Many of them have done it rather successfully. Go back to Ryder in 93, UMBC in 1999, Merrimack in 2023, and even Lemoyne 2 years ago in 2024. Those are the teams that Mercyhurst are trying to join as teams that have won their first ever NEC tournament game, winning tournament games in their NEC debut. It was a double-digit lead, but now 2 free throws by Cox make it a 46-38 8-point advantage. FDU has never led in this game. Mercyhurst has been up by as many as 13 as we approach 13 minutes to play in regulation. Lemmelman has 13, Blunt with 12 to lead the way for the Lakers. No FDU players in double figure scoring. And there will be a foul on FDU as Mercyhurst was trying to set up a screen to get to the basket.
They put it on Yevtich instead.
Kadir Martin on the defensive team wearing number 12 in white. The sophomore 6th in rebounds and number 1 in blocks by a wide margin. In fact, top 10 in the nation in blocks. And one of his best offensive games against LIU with 25 points. Again, he's up to 11 points here today. Has 3 blocks in this tournament game.
Good defense by Neesman. He has it again for FDU. Calls a clear out.
FDU has the Rookie of the Year, David Yevtich, the Serbian guard who averaged 6.5 points, almost 3.5 rebounds, over an assist this year for FDU. Yevtich up to 9 points in this game, his first ever NEC tournament performance.
Left block now. Jackson looking for his first basket.
Driving the baseline, no. Put back. Are they going to count that? Wow. Cox was fouled as he was trying to put that one back. He was being pulled down to the ground, and somehow he was able to get that one to go. He's going to get another shot at a free throw to try and make this a 3-point play.
To put this within 5 for FDU. 12:30 remaining here in regulation.
Cox a 76% free throw shooter.
NEC tournament victory in their first try.
Martin checked out.
And all of our quarterfinals right now are in the second half. The Wagner Central Connecticut game is late in the second half, about under 6 minutes to go. So we'll be checking in with that one pretty quickly. I'll try to get at least one more stop in before we go back to New Britain. We'll wait for the under 12 media timeout here as Mercyhurst leads by 5. And FDU keeps hanging around. FDU winning this game at the charity stripe. They're 12 for 17 from the free throw line, while Mercyhurst only 3 for 4. They've only gotten 4 free throw attempts in this ball game. Mercyhurst has been held scoreless for about 4.5 minutes here. FDU on an 8-0 run to get within 2 possessions. Nearly stolen. Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay on this half of the floor. Mercyhurst will inbound from in front of their own basket.
Officials at times have had to. Jack Castleberry's well out.
And again, the leading scorer, number 11 in white for the Lakers, will pull the trigger on the inbounds with Rayshon Johnson in his face. They get the inbounds in safely.
Definitely feeling a little bit of disrespect as, again, more honorees.
Johnson gets it into the corner. Feed in the paint. That goes around and through. Nicholas Ivanauskas, the sophomore from Chicago, with the big bucket to put Mercyhurst up 7. Jackson on the drive. That's a traveling violation turnover, taking us to the under 12 media timeout. 48-41 Mercyhurst as our quarterfinal NEC men's hoops full court press rolls on. All right, we only got a brief look at this game in the second half because last time we were here, they went right to immediate timeout. So we're back, and it's a 3-point game. LIU having all kinds of fits with number 8 seeded Chicago State. Only a 3-point game as we approach 10 minutes to play in regulation. From just in front of the free throw line, Caleb Johnson gets it to go.
Double teams. Here's Robinson.
Chicago State trying to answer.
Working on Johnson. Fadeaway jumper.
Oh, what a fadeaway jumper.
I don't know if Paul
CJ Ray, he's now in double figures. He has 10 points. And it keeps it a 3-point game. Rod Strickland, the coach of the year in the NEC in his 4th season with LIU. The Sharks got to the semifinal round last year. They lost at home in a close game. A foul on a 3-pointer in the final seconds with tenths of a second left against St. Francis. LIU thought they were going to get to the championship game. Instead, they fell just short. LIU, a program that has won 6 NEC championships but haven't won one since 2018. Their core of Davis and Fuller and Lasso all coming back this season after just falling short last year with that bitter taste left in their mouth from taking on St. Francis in the semifinals, back to finish the mission and win a championship here in 2026. Mason Porter Brown.
Brown rattles it down. He is 5 of 5.
7 points, 3 rebounds per game, a 70% free throw shooter. He's up to 16 points on the night.
He's 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. His 3-point shooting has been a huge boost for LIU this season.
He makes both of them. A perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line is MPB.
CSU has not led since it was a 10-8 game back in the first half.
We are guaranteed to have a brand new NEC champion here in 2026. First time since 2014 that the reigning champion didn't qualify for the NEC tournament. Ironically, after beating Central Connecticut in the finals last year, St. Francis got eliminated from playoff contention this year by Central Connecticut right at the very end of the season. So a little get back, although Central Connecticut still not going to get the trophy from last year. They're in the middle of trying to get a trophy this year, just trying to advance to the semifinals. We will get there next as Wagner and Central Connecticut going towards that final media timeout. Just about 4.5 minutes remaining in that game.
Got a hold of Malachi Davis.
Wagner has extended their lead. So we will get you there the next stop.
Leaping to get back in and take Bush out. That's just the first.
LIU only lost 3 conference games all season. They got off to a 5-0 start in conference play before their first setback against Moyne. Then they won 6 straight games before losing by 3 at New Haven. And then they lost at Mercyhurst final weekend of the regular season, 91-83.
Double team to Davis. Lost it, got it back.
Now the Sharks trying to get back into rhythm here as the calendar turns to March.
The jumper.
And rimmed out with 3 on the shot clock.
And the rebound.
It's a good shot, though, from Johnson. Had the size advantage. Good little back in. Just barely rimmed out.
Ray, nice moves. Getting to the basket, couldn't finish, and there's a whistle.
A little bit late on the offensive foul whistle, but it does come.
And they're going to call the offensive foul on Ray. That's a turnover.
Bill, that's his third. And that was a no-brainer.
Only the 6th turnover in this game for the Cougars. Look, if you're the number 8 seed on the road playing a juggernaut like LIU, the way that they could play offense, the way they could score points, some of the key players that they have on their team, right? You got to do all the little things right. Can't turn the ball over. You got to have high percentage shots that you make. You have to be very selective, when you take chances. They've done all that here in this game. Their lone lead, though, was 10-8, about 6.5 minutes in.
Open for 3. No.
Ooh, that would have been a big-time 3. Could have brought the house down for those that are there in the Shark Tank. That should take us to our under 8 media timeout here. 62-59. The 8 seed has never beaten the 1 seed. 8 seed down 3 in hostile territory in Brooklyn. We'll be back as we continue our whip around coverage here in the NEC Tournament quarterfinals on the Full Court Press. All right, we're back in New Britain for now, but they may be headed to the under 4 media timeout here shortly, so we'll see what happens. But no, your eyes are not deceiving you. Wagner up 9 on the scoreboard right now with 3.5 to go.
Drives with the right hand, good. That time Max
Much needed bucket there for Central Connecticut.
Big student
Their season hanging on life support right now as the Wagner College Seahawks, as the number 7 seed, look to win for the 6th time in the last 7 games after starting conference play 1-7, having lost 7 in a row. It's not January anymore. Completely different team as Jones knocks down the jumper. He has 14 points. Basil has 16 to lead the way. Awoke has 14 points and 4 3-pointers for the Seahawks.
He's going to take it. No good. Down low.
Now Central Connecticut is
by Jones. He kicks him.
resigned to shooting threes, and there was a kick as the Central player was trying to get up. That was Smith trying to get his way up, and the official came in and immediately called for a technical.
Frustration right there from Darren Smith Jr. He's going to get teed
So now they're going to go take a look at this. We will come back, only 2:34 to play. So we'll get you to the finish of this game, but while they're looking and assessing the intent or the technical and all that, we'll take this moment to enjoy some other coverage as our Round the Horn quarterfinal coverage continues. Okay, back to Erie, Pennsylvania, 55-47. Mercyhurst over FDU as we approach the 8-minute media timeout here. Slam home
Yeftich not only can score, he can dish.
for Martinoff, the senior 7-foot center.
That's his first assist of the night.
FDU, we mentioned earlier, big roster overhaul this season. Size, one of the big things that Coach Castleberry was looking for, taking advantage of that size here in this game on that last play. Forced the miss, and now FDU trying to get on a little bit of a run here.
Godbolt shimmies, then Eastman. Johnson sticks with him. Good slip pass.
Nice
Another
slam.
Two-hand flush by Martinoff, and Gary Manchell not happy.
So that takes us to a timeout.
It's a 4-point
Coach Manchell calls the timeout as Mercyhurst's lead has been whittled down to 4. It's a 6-0 FDU run, and we continue here on our full court press. All right, we're going to get you back to New Britain in a second. About 2.5 minutes still to go in that game as they're sorting out the technical situation. But first, a quick stop in New York State, up at Syracuse. Stonehill, the number 5 seed, leading the number 3 seed, 66-63. 7 minutes to go in this one. Stonehill came out firing, blistering three-pointers, and now it's been back and forth ever since. They've held on to the lead. We'll see if they can get to the finish line and secure the NEC tournament win and get to the semifinals. Right now, let's keep it moving. Back to New Britain for the conclusion of the Blue Devils and the Seahawks. All right, so we are back. They're just getting set, I believe, for the free throws. Darren Smith Jr. was called for the technical foul after showing some frustration, being down on the ground. A bunch of Seahawks were around. There was a kick.
Eddie Placer, he's in the game. Yeah, he's an 86% free throw shooter.
I know Smith is going to the free throw line, so we'll have to see who was assessed that technical foul. It might have been Nick Jones. So we'll have to get to the bottom of that. But meanwhile, it's Smith at the free throw line. He missed the free throw anyway, so Central not able to take advantage of that. And now they're down by 9 still, 61-52 with the hourglass starting to run out. So now we have a Woke free throws on the other end. Okay, so here's where the technical free throws come in. He makes the first, and now it's a 10-point lead. The hourglass beginning to run on empty for Central Connecticut State, who were upset by Wagner at home in the semifinals 2 years ago, were upset at home by St. Francis last year in the championship game, and now in danger of being upset at home by the number 7 seed on their home court in the quarterfinal. This could be 3 straight years of upset losses on their home court if the Blue Devils don't score and score in a hurry. They're down 11.
2 guards, Awoke and Jones, handle it. And then he backs it out, guarded by Smitty. A little weave, killing some time, 15 to shoot. Okay, the defense here. They don't want to foul now, 10 on the shot clock. Working his way down low, Economou. 4 to shoot, Basil for 3, no good. Rebound Smitty. Here comes Jones.
Okay, so the missed opportunity there.
Surprising not to see maybe Roddy Jones in the game.
Door opening a smidge for Central. Nice jumper by James Jones.
1:54 left. It's a 9-point.
Is it too little, too late? It's a 9-point game.
I think you start to
Central with a little bit of pressure here, making it difficult for Wagner to get it into the half court. Now the Seahawks in no rush. They have a 3-possession lead.
Now Awoke. Out for Placer. In the middle. Basil. No good. Rebound Jones.
This is a Central Connecticut team that's 39-11 over the last 3 years. One of the top 10 all-time best 3-year stretches in the history of the league. But it could be 3 straight upset losses on their home court come tournament time in the semifinals, final, and quarterfinal, respectively. Pat Sellers has been an incredible coach, former coach of the year. He's led the team to the postseason all 5 years he's been at the helm. but certainly Central has high expectations. And man, they might not get met here if this doesn't turn around quickly. We approach 1 minute to go. The number 7 seeded Seahawks, who, as the number 7 seed in their history, have never won. They're 0-7 as the number 7 seed in the NEC tournament. That's a minute 4 seconds away from changing. Again, the last time a number 7 seed upset a number 2 seed, it was Robert Morris in back-to-back years, 2017 and 2018.
So is mine.
Almost a decade ago. First half of the 1-1 is good. Awoke has been solid at the free throw line. He hasn't missed.
5 for 5 from the free throw line. Blue Devils 10 out of 15.
Awoke, who averages just 7 points per game, closing in on a 20-point performance here in the quarterfinals.
With a 65-54 lead, and Blue Devil
I don't want to call this stunning because it's really not. If you've been watching Wagner down the stretch, they've been playing really, really well. And Central Connecticut has too. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, and they've had some big wins down the stretch too. But for some reason, Coach McMillan, he's put it all together. His kids believe in him. They believe in each other, and they are locked in right now. And that's a dangerous game. We saw this from Wagner just 2 years ago when they had that group of 7 players win 3 straight road games and go on to win the NEC tournament. They went on to win the whole thing.
They're deep as a 6 seed.
Similar vibes.
Yeah. You know. And the Blue Devils they're taking too much time, but the defense is forcing that.
Wagner looking for their 19th appearance in the NEC tournament semifinals.
Good defense by Wagner. And the loose ball and a foul.
And now Central Connecticut's going to have to foul.
To the free throw line.
Taking a look at our other games going on, about 4 minutes left. Moyne and Stonehill in Syracuse. Stonehill with a 71-67 lead in that one, just in front of the 4-minute media timeout. 5 minutes to go. Mercyhurst leads FDU 61-57, and we have 5 minutes left. The number 2 seed is in danger. The number 1 seed is only winning by 1, 68-67 with 5 minutes to go in Brooklyn. So fasten your seatbelts, everyone. What a great night to be with you here on this whip around coverage. Full court press here on YouTube and Instagram and Twitch. Certainly a lot to comprehend what's going on all at the same time in all these 4 different NEC gyms here in the northeast portion of our country. I tell you what, if this wasn't taking care of the remote control for you, I mean, your fingers, you'd be getting a workout today, flipping back and forth between games. So, man, thank goodness we're taking care of this for you, because there is so much action going on right now, starting with what's brewing here in New Britain and might be 42 seconds away from becoming reality. This Wagner Seahawks team soaring into New Britain and pulling off an incredible upset. Not a shocking upset, but pulling off quite the upset. Looking to continue their momentum in the semifinal. Now, as the number 7 seed, you would think Wagner would be most likely, since in the semifinal rounds we reseed. Higher seeded remaining teams play the lowest remaining seeded teams. You would think Wagner, as the 7th seed, would be going to the number 1 seed LIU in the semifinals. It's not a given that LIU is going to be there right now. So we have to take a pause on everything we thought with 30 seconds remaining. Let's get a quick look in at another game going on right now here. Let's check in on LIU and see how things are going. 30 seconds left in New Britain. All right, looks like they're going to the under 4 media timeout there. It's 71-67. LIU with the lead. So again, number 1 seed on the ropes. Let's go back for the final 30 seconds at Central Connecticut State.
I think if Wagner played LIU,
All
they
right.
might have beaten LIU.
Wagner gets it into the half court, and the foul is committed with 25 seconds to go.
Max Frazier with a little slap-a-doodle off the glass.
And Central Connecticut
24.8 left.
just couldn't make shots the later this game went on, and Wagner shooting at 45%. Not insurmountable.
Wagner came in here a couple years ago.
Neither team really did,
66 to
made that many mistakes with turnovers. Only 12 total turnovers in this game, but 15 Wagner points off of 7 Central turnovers. That's one of the differences right now. Rebounding margin even at 33 rebounds apiece. So you look at what's the difference. Wagner making the key shots, Central fading a little bit in the field goal percentage department, and then the turnovers and the points off turnovers.
Of course, you're saying to yourself, well.
And I go back to Central as well, not having that secondary score. Smith Jr., Smitty has all sorts of attention that he draws, and well-deserved attention as the player of the year. But Central never had that second scorer step up here tonight. At the moment, Smith is 29 points on 8 for 23 shooting. Max Frazier, the next closest scorer, with 8 points. Melo Sanchez with 7. And this is, in Central Connecticut, the number 1 scoring offense in the NEC at 74 points per game.
They run the tempo, they run the defense, they pressure on the perimeter, they help the defense.
And by the way, Wagner's scoring defense, 7th. They allow 72 points per game. Not tonight. They only have allowed 58.
He still scored. He did.
Here in the final seconds.
Sanchez in the middle for Frazier.
Last chance for Central Connecticut. Frazier with the slam. 8 seconds left, an 11-point lead. Wagner will get it into the half court, and that will do it. For the first time since 2018, the number 7 seed upsets the number 2 seed. Wagner 6-0 all-time against Central Connecticut State in the postseason. The Seahawks knock off Central Connecticut State 70-60, and for the 19th time, the Seahawks soar on to the semifinals. Who are they going to play? That's still in doubt. Let's get you to the number 1 seeded LIU Sharks in Brooklyn. Under 4 minutes to go in that one.
They're heavy underdogs.
3 minutes to go. Fuller with the floater gets it to drop. Only 9 points for Jamal Fuller here tonight, but a big basket right there to up the advantage from just 1 to now 3. 73-70. LIU led by as many as 9. Chicago State had just 1 lead 6.5 minutes into the ball game back in the first half.
Got it back.
Byard, I don't know how he didn't travel there. They're going to call a tie-up, and possession arrow will bring it in the other direction. So right now we have one of our quarterfinals having gone final. 70-60, Wagner over Central Connecticut. The number 7 seed is into the semis, and they would meet LIU if the Sharks can hold on here. There's still 2.5 to play.
And a foul. So you hear the gasps of the crowd as Fuller snaps his head around and gets it.
So we talked about how since 2019, the higher seeded teams are 19-1, make it 19-2 after that Wagner win moments ago.
A reliable free throw shooter. Chicago State again.
A lot to keep our eye on here. All 3 of the remaining games are under 3 minutes to go. Stonehill with a 74-69 lead over Moyne. Mercyhurst with a 63-59 lead over FDU. They're all going down to the wire.
He is LIU's leading scorer.
And now LIU upping their advantage to 2 scores.
The jump he has made over 2 years, the weight loss, the build in athleticism.
For the grad student, 4th in the league in scoring this year.
He can see this coming.
Makes both free throws. All right, timeout. We're going to get you out to, let's go to Lemoyne and check in on the Dolphins and the Skyhawks. Okay, 2:08 to play, 74-69. The officials gathering together for a little bit of a discussion. Hackett with 20 points for Stonehill, 19 points for User to lead the way for the Skyhawks, 15 points for Rainwater, Sanders and Jackson each with 14. This is a high-scoring affair here in this one. A lot of top-scoring performances. They're in a little bit of a stoppage here. Let's go to our third game going on with under 3 minutes to go. FDU and Mercyhurst.
Wow.
Okay, under 2 minutes to play. 1:56 to go. 63-59. Mercyhurst looking to hold on for their first ever NEC tournament win. Tashad Jackson has just fouled out for FDU with his 5th personal foul. He only has 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 26 minutes of action tonight. Blunt with 16 points at the free throw line. Misses the front end, and it's rebounded by FDU. It's a 2-score game with under 2 minutes to play.
Jackson, Neesmith attacks.
Oh, what a rejection.
Again,
Martin, one of the best in the nation. A well-timed block. His 5th of the ball game, and a big-time bucket by Lemelman. He has 19 points, 65-59. Timeout. Let's go back to Brooklyn. Okay, 77-72, under a minute to go. The number 1 seed looking to hold on and stay perfect against number 8 seeds in the quarterfinal round of the NEC tournament. Only once has the number 1 seed not won their first playoff game. That came back in 2021 when it was just a 4-team tournament, not an 8-team tournament. So can't really count that as the 8 seed over a 1 seed.
Time to play it out defensively. He's got to hit these 2.
Byard makes the free throw.
At this point, you probably play one more possession full out defensively. Either way, make or miss if you're Chicago State.
I agree.
Steven Byard, the grad student,
you're not looking to foul. Get a stop.
74% free throw shooter.
Shot clock to game clock here. And from there, if need be, that's when you start.
The resolution might be coming in a little fuzzy, but you can feel the intensity coming through your screen as the number 1 seed is on the ropes. Just moments after the 2 seed goes down. How about that? An offensive rebound and a putback. Byard now up to 22 points, 12 rebounds, and it's a 2-point game. 40 seconds to go.
And Byard, the shooter, went and got it. Here's Fuller. Driving the
baseline. Was he blocked?
Jump ball. It's going
to
Chicago State.
They'll call jump ball. Chicago State possession. Wow.
What a defensive possession by Chicago State. They can tie or take the lead here. And Gordon's going to come back.
All right, things getting a little cleared up right there. Just in time for this final possession. So there's a 0.3 differential in the 2 clocks. Chicago State, if they want, they can hold this one all the way to the end. A 2 will tie, a 3 will take the lead.
Down 2, not that they will, but in theory, CSU could hold for the final shot.
Chicago State shooting 50% from the floor. Only 5 for 14 beyond the arc, and an offensive foul. They tried to take it to the basket, and they turned it over. Jamal Fuller, perhaps with a season-saving charge right there.
With 12 seconds remaining, Jamal Fuller just made the defensive play of the year for LIU.
No kidding.
Who would have thought?
All right, timeout here. Let's go to Moyne and Stonehill.
Time was too much to ask.
Okay, still at a break here. Under a minute to go. 59 seconds. 75-69. The Stonehill Skyhawks on a 5-0 run. Lemoyne hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes. Stonehill looking to hold on for their first tournament win and advance to the semifinals. It would be the second lower seed to upset a higher seed on the road here in the quarterfinal round of the tournament. They're getting back on the floor. Meanwhile, we're going to get you back to LIU.
Game of the other.
Okay, free throws coming up here for Fuller and LIU.
He has moved a lot better.
These free throws would be huge. It would make it a 2-score game if he can make both of them. Fuller with 14 points on the night. I beg your pardon, 13 points on the night. Would have 14 if he makes this free throw.
First attempt.
And he's got the first. This is the biggie here, because this would make it a 2-score game with only 10 seconds remaining. Chicago State still does have one timeout, I believe. Only 5 for 14 from behind the arc. So Fuller makes the big play on the defensive end with the charge, and now he could have the free throws on the offensive end to ice it. Fins up in Brooklyn. And he rattles it home. Number 1 seed looks like they may just survive. Okay, quick check in on Mercyhurst FDU. It's 66-61. Mercyhurst, 5-point lead, now 6-point lead on the free throw with 50 seconds remaining.
Lemelman's going to come out and in for Mercyhurst.
FDU only 1 for their last 10 from the field.
Takes it up.
Shots have been few and far between, hard to come by here in crunch time, and they turn it over. And the Knights are going to have to foul, but Blunt turns it over. 3 from the corner, crazy sequence. And we finally got a whistle.
This game here in the last 34 seconds.
Wow.
Team right now.
Okay, back to LIU, Chicago State, 4-point game.
To win an event like this, and if you're going to do that, you got to win these close games. And they pull it
With
out
10 seconds remaining, Ray has fouled out for Chicago State. We should mention one of their top players. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists in 29 minutes. Bayard's been their top scorer. Cockrell's had himself an evening with 21 points, 4 3 balls. He might be the player that Chicago State goes to here, try to get a 3, maybe try to get fouled while taking the 3, give yourself an opportunity, but they have to go to the length of the court. And that was an LIU timeout. Chicago State still has 1 remaining. No foul, no 3, rebounded by the Sharks, and they're going to pull it out. Number 1 survives, and it will be LIU and Wagner. Your first semifinal is set. Now let's see the other 2 teams to punch their ticket to the semifinals. 77-71, they're in a timeout in Lemoyne. The winner of these two remaining games will meet head-to-head in the other semifinal on Saturday. Wagner, LIU, a matchup between the two New York schools. That is set, the 1 seed against the 7 seed. And now the winner of this game and the winner of the FDU Mercyhurst game will meet head-to-head on Saturday for the right to go to the NEC championship game.
Yeah, that's a good
23 seconds away. Mercyhurst up 8.
Game-ending stuff that you want. First tournament game. All signs pointing to.
Blunt has 20. Lemelman is at the free throw line trying to equal his teammate.
I think it's a credit to Sean Lang, who's been on the floor for much of this.
He gets to 20 points on the night. 3 for 6 from the free throw line.
He's going to play smart, intelligent basketball, and Gary Manchell has all the confidence in the world.
And before the second free throw, we have a whistle.
And that's a lane violation.
Wow, so a turnover there.
What else could happen here in the last couple of minutes? Again, Mercy.
So a lane violation gives possession back to FDU, who's going to have to hurry. 20 seconds remaining. They're down 3 scores.
Opening up. A steal by Lemelman.
Stolen away. Lemelman has it.
The refs won't let him foul.
Mercyhurst.
Time ticking away, and that's going to do it. Mercyhurst in their NEC tournament debut are headed to the semifinal round, and they are going to host the semifinals in Erie, Pennsylvania. 70-61, the 3 seed over the 6 seed. Mercyhurst led by Lemelman and Blunt, who both have 20-point performances tonight. Mercyhurst will host the winner of Lemoyne and Stonehill. Let's get to our final quarterfinal of the night. All right, so there's one game left standing. Stonehill
would have had FDU, and here a
up
team that they
9, now make it 10.
Second makes both.
81-71.
Lead for Stonehill, their second double-digit lead. Here's a three-pointer by
3-point try from the parking lot. Rebounded by Stinson, his 7th board of the night. Shot clock turned off. Stonehill into the half court. And this is going to do it. The 5th-seeded Stonehill Skyhawks sweep Lemoyne. All 3 meetings this year. 2 in the regular season, 1 in the postseason. And for the first time, the Stonehill Skyhawks are headed to the NEC tournament semifinals. It will be Mercyhurst hosting Stonehill, and it will be LIU hosting Wagner. Winners will meet a week from yesterday in the NEC tournament. That's how quick things go. We're just starting the tournament for today.
2 wins away.
6 sleeps from now, the whole thing will be over, and our champion will be crowned. March comes at you fast. What a night, especially all those games going down to the final 3 minutes. But it is set. The semifinal Saturday, one of my favorite days in the NEC calendar. Back-to-back semifinals in men's basketball, and we can tell you right now that the Mercyhurst Stonehill game, that will be a 12 p.m. high noon tip time, and then the LIU Wagner game, that will be a 2 p.m. start time. So Stonehill, Mercyhurst will be playing first, and then LIU Wagner will be the semifinal that starts at 2. All right, those games you'll be able to see on ESPN Plus. You'll be able to see on the Yes Network. You'll be able to see on NEC Nation. We will be back for another full court press tomorrow night for the season finale of NEC women's basketball. And then we'll be back on Monday, another full court press for the women's quarterfinals. We'll see if the women's quarterfinals can top all the heart-stopping action that we had here tonight. What a night. We thank you for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed our whip-around coverage and all these wonderful games going down to the wire. I'm Craig D'Amico. This has been the NEC Sports Full Court Press. And by the way, you can check out all the post-game press conferences right now over on the NEC men's basketball tournament page on NECsports.com and on NEC Front Row. Thanks again for joining us, everybody, and we will see you for Mercyhurst and Stonehill at noon on Saturday to start the NEC tournament semifinals.
I'm Tony Capani.